Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. I am very excited because this is the first episode of anything that I am recording using the help of my brand new monitor. I have been recording videos with only my laptop monitor for a very, very long time. It was a problem because that would mean that the game in OBS would always be on the same screen, and I couldn't see OBS, and I just always had to take it on faith that I was actually recording. But now I can look at OBS, I can see things like, oh, my voice is a little loud. Maybe I should adjust my microphone. I can see things like that and fix it if need be. And I know for a fact that I'm recording, so with that peace of mind, let's continue. No recap, please. You open your eyes. It's a new day. Last night seemed so far away. You can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the annex were nothing but a nightmare, chased away by the harsh morning light. But you know that the furious spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. yet lingers, locked behind the doors of the town hall, still tied to the earth by its hatred of you and your bloodline. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine. But your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Now that I can see how loud my voice is getting and how often it's actually getting in the red, I'm very self-conscious about it. I know my audio mixing has never been the best, but knowing that I'm going into the red quite a bit, and also that this is the only way my voice can be heard, I don't really know what to do about that. Someone who knows video stuff better than I do, tips. Or if everything sounds fine, then no tips. Hope you made it home okay? Haven't heard from Stella since last night. How about you? You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. I don't know if we want to text her. Maybe we'll text her. This is the photo of the nervous puppet that I was talking about. You send a photo of a shaking frog biting his nails. You wait for a few silent minutes. Your message sits undelivered. I haven't heard from her either. And now my cats are very interested in the monitor. So that's going to be a whole new layer to recording. Them being very curious. What if Wayne got her? Everyone had a rough night. She's probably still shaken up. I mean, that might be what we're thinking, but I don't know if that's the kind of thing that would be wise to say and freak Kanika out. Does Stella disappear like this sometimes? Kinda. But with everything going on, I don't feel comfortable letting her run off on her own. We should look for her, right? Come to town. We should stick together. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Visit Dustin first. You open the drawers. They both have a bread now. Human is back. Maybe change mind about eating us. Could be the end of Dustin and Dustin Mom. I guess your glass house still has that squatter. I don't think that Willow would be comfortable enough to say I love you, even though she does care for Dustin quite a bit. Tried to reclaim glass house last night, but asshole squatter too big and strong. Dustin Mom stand no chance. Might have to live in Dustin house forever. Human big and strong too. Probably more big and strong than asshole squatter. Ooh, we get to do something interesting. Since we have street smart and talk to animals. Oh, but we don't have peanuts. We didn't take the peanuts. It's okay. I don't think realistically Willow would have taken the peanuts, but it's a shame she doesn't get to do something really fun. You fight? Give Dustin Mom glass house back? Fight someone or fight something? I'll see what I can do. Squatter have sharp things on head. Human be careful, but Dust and Mom would be eternally grateful to human. Dustin too. Alright, since Dust and Mom gave us shit about not saying goodbye yesterday, we're gonna say I should get going. Okay. That's that. Take a shower. You might as well take a shower before starting the rest of your day. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. It feels good to wash away the grime of last night's haunting, but eventually you'll have to leave this place and confront the rest of the day. In the meantime, you... Oh, I think we're really guilty about Oscar and Rosalina. Think about them and how the specter of Charles Shaw Jr. has left them without home and work. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. I don't know if thinking about someone special gives you romance points, but I don't think that would be the first thing on Willow's mind. You make your way to the closet. There's no denying it, the doll moved at some point since your most recent visit. But your long-dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Someone was in here. Something to mull over for the rest of the day. It's time to face your cousin. She's not here, but it looks like she left a note on the counter. Had to run. The librarian needed a new house, so I'm giving him the keys to the Maxwell place. And the miners decided to stage a strike today of all days, so I won't be around. I know there's no point asking you not to do anything reckless, but I'm asking anyway. Be back late. Call if you get into trouble. We will not. Time to figure out the rest of your day. You walk over to the cat. Oh, c'est toi. Qu'est-ce que c'est vous maintenant? I know I had trouble with that last time, too. We're not going to mention the possums to her. Nod respectfully to her. She scoffs, her tail twitching with annoyance. But you sense she's less annoyed than she usually is. Maybe she's getting used to you. Bye, Frou-Frou. Good talk. She scoffs as you turn away. Investigate the garden. Whatever kicked out Dustin's mom is still in the garden, right now. You better look into it before you head into town. The air is chilly today, the overcast sky hanging oppressively over the weed-choked flower beds. Investigate. You start carefully picking your way through the underbrush. It doesn't take much effort to find a path. Cuttings of prickly raspberry bushes and tangled vines litter the ground around the greenhouse. The glass house, one could say. You step towards the door. It's sealed shut by a lock, and you catch a brief glimpse of a horned shadow through the ancient cladded glass. Examine the lock. It's just a padlock. You can pick something like this open in a second. And we will. When are people going to learn that a mere lock can't keep you contained? You pop it open with ease. A warm barnyard smell floods your senses as you stare down at the goat within. It stares back up at you from its place on the tiled floor, surrounded by dried herbs. What are you eating? Plant. Tastes good. Get a new bag every day, all I can eat. That don't mean you can take any, though. I'll beat you up. My plant. The goat is street smart, too. What's your name, little guy? Goat. What are you doing in the greenhouse? Human put me here. Can't complain. Pretty sweet digs, honestly. Stays nice and warm, and there's plenty of eats, too. Where did you come from? Farm. Used to live with other guys like me. Kinda miss them, but not that much. Don't gotta share anymore. Hey, whoever you are, there's a possum that would like you to leave. She was here first. This is her house. Don't want to leave. I live here now. She can deal. Well, I'll untie you. I can't feed you the peanuts, but I can at least untie you. You unclip the rope tying the goat to the greenhouse. Hey, what do you think you're doing? That's my rope. Put it back. Did that human have a brown coat and big boots? Coat like what? Fur? Nah, not brown fur, yellow fur. Just on the top, like all you humans. Don't know what boots are, I can't help you there. We'll leave you untied in case you want to leave. You're free. Go on, prance off into the wilderness. Nobody can keep you here any longer. We want to untie the goat because I think Willow is a little suspicious about what Tabitha is up to with the goat, so we're like, nah. Nah, whatever this is, she's not doing that anymore. You're free. Who said I want to leave? These are some sweet eggs. I ain't giving them up for nothing, you hear me? Well, we're not going to tie you back up. If you want to leave, you can leave. You turn to leave. Hey, close the door on the way out, will ya? It's nippy out there. I'm going to leave it open in case you want to leave. You decide to leave the door open as you head back outside. Dick. You head back to the estate. You've investigated the garden. With Stella missing, it's best not to keep Kanika waiting for much longer. I am just giving the goat the option to leave if he wants to. Even though the goat said something nasty to me. It's time to head to town. You head to the front door and begin your trek to the town below. The sun shines down through a thin layer of clouds, illuminating the path in a watery gray light. You can't help but feel countless eyes watching you from the tree line, a feeling that reminds you of your time in the woods on Monday. Ditchlings shouldn't be out in the middle of the day, though. They're getting bolder. To your surprise, you find a familiar face making its way up the path towards you. Hey! I was just coming to see you. Hope you were able to get some sleep after everything that happened last night. I was up most of the night, totally wired on adrenaline. Even if I'd been able to chill out a bit, knowing that thing was right down the street. Yeah, not super conducive to a good night's sleep. Does the library look different? Like, can you see the haunting from outside? I think Willow is a little shocked to see Avery come greet her all by themselves, like, with not being asked to. She likes them, though, so she's happy they're there. Maybe a little shaken by the fact that someone feels friendly enough to just approach her like this, but she's not unhappy that Avery is here. It's boarded up, but I can't say I've gotten close enough to see much of anything yet. We could always check it out together, though maybe we better not tempt it. That ghost seemed pretty desperate to eat your soul last night, and I don't even know if I mean that metaphorically or literally. Hopefully some slapdash plywood is all it takes to contain that thing. I don't like the thought of it spilling out onto Main Street if it smells a drop of scarlet blood nearby. I wonder if we can get Tabitha to deal with it. There's no way we're getting Tabitha to deal with it, or at least Willow doesn't think that there's a way to get Tabitha to deal with it. And with their current relationship, there's no way. Hopefully no hooligans break into the library and get trapped in ghost hell. Where there are abandoned buildings, there are people trying to break in and get spooked. Nothing we can do to stop that. But maybe the ghost won't possess anyone if there aren't any Scarlets around to guilt trip, who knows? Okay, we're getting a lot of flirt options. It's day 4, we can flirt. We're not gonna flirt with Avery. I have one playthrough that I did where they don't have a romance lock yet, but I flirted with them and did their hangout. It was really nice, actually. Have you heard anything from Stella? I haven't heard from her, though we don't text much, and I haven't checked with Winnie to see if she came in for an early breakfast or anything. But if you haven't heard from her, that doesn't sound great. Seeing her like that last night was awful. She's usually so inflappable. Yeah, Avery and Stella seem like they're good friends, but that's the thing about Avery. I feel like they're so cool and extroverted on the outside that I think they're lonely. They might intimidate people. It might be new kid syndrome because they haven't lived here as long as everyone else, but even though they have friends on a superficial level, I don't think they're that connected with anybody. They're a very lonely person, I feel like. I remember there was someone, when I was still on the Black Tabby Discord, someone asked a question like, of all the Scarlet Hollow characters, who would you most like to be friends with? And a lot of people said, I would love to be friends with Avery, but I feel like they're too cool for me. Like, I'm not cool enough to be friends with them. And then someone interjected, you know, the fact that we're all saying that they're too cool for us to be friends with us probably is in the game what contributes a lot to them feeling so lonely. So that was a wake-up call. Everyone thinks they're too cool. Kanika and I are meeting up to look for Stella. Wanna come? I think Willow finds Avery's presence comforting at the very least. Absolutely. I told Winnie I'd be coming in late today, so I've got time. I don't know how much time, though. From what I saw this morning, the diner is hopping. It's absolutely packed with miners. They must be using it as home base for the strike. Ooh, I think that means we have a strong strike. Oh, by the way, there's a strike going on. I'm sure you already know that, though. Have to imagine Tabitha would have told you this morning. I think that if the diner is packed, then that means the strike is strong. I've never gotten a really good read on what you can do to influence the strike. I know that one thing that I did do this playthrough that I don't normally do is I pretended as street smart when I was talking to the miners that I was there from a union, trying to get a vibe on the place and see if they would like to unionize. That might have planted some seeds in people's minds. So I think that was a good thing I did. Let's head to town, or start back the path to town silently. You and Avery start back down the path to town. It isn't long until you once again find yourself in the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Willow, you made it, and you picked up an Avery along the way. Hope you're both doing okay, like, emotionally. Yeah, I'm not too bad. That's good. I feel like I got crushed by a steamroller or something. Joints all out of whack, totally exhausted and super foggy. Mom has been insisting I caught a cold, and I wasn't buying it, but as of this morning I've come around. It's definitely something beyond exhaustion, even considering the ridiculously stressful week we've all had. But I'm not going to let that stop me from looking for Stella. Are we still going to leave today? Aww. Whoa, are you two planning on dipping? Stella's missing. We can't just leave before we find her. If something bad happened to her and I knew we could have stopped it, I'd never be able to forgive myself. I'm sure we'll be able to track her down, and she's tough. She'll be okay soon enough, so... tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. Doubtful, yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. I know it doesn't sound like I mean it, but I really mean it. I'm supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she'll finally shed some light on things. I'm not sure what she's planning to tell you today that she couldn't have told us all last night. Maybe she's going to read your fortune. After last night, I wouldn't doubt that she actually could. Your mom's always had a bit of that Glinda vibe going for her. Yeah, maybe I should stop making fun of her whole New Age mystic thing. A lot's happened in the past couple of days. Ugh, I need to take a page out of Stella's book and just block this shit out. I need to be focused. I can't keep having all these existential crises. There'll be plenty of time for tea after we found Stella. Let's not dawdle. I'm worried about Stella, and it doesn't feel right to be doing anything that isn't actively looking for her. Agreed. Let's get to work. Where to first? Alright, we might end up checking out all of these places. Maybe not the cops. Maybe the cops will be our last resort. Let's go to Stella's house. Good place to start. Maybe she just slept in. That's what I'm hoping. It would have gone already, but I was kind of nervous about doing anything by myself today, just in case I ran into yet another horror from beyond the veil or whatever. You make your way towards Stella's house. Kanika knocks anxiously on the door. It creaks open. This doesn't look like a break-in. It looks like somebody left the door open. Stella or someone else was in a hurry when they left. Just enter. You step past the threshold and into Stella's house. Whatever happened to Stella, it doesn't look like it happened here. Doesn't look like there was a struggle or anything, unless it happened in another room. Or maybe someone or something caught her off guard. You didn't have to add that last part. All the Gretchen stuff is really hard to look at in this universe. I'm going to forget that you said that and just be thankful that this doesn't look like a crime scene. Investigate the room. You make your way down to the hall to what you assume to be Stella's room. She's not here. Though it's a little untidy, it's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. Check the computer. I'm not sure we should be snooping on her computer. Isn't that an invasion of privacy? We already broke into her house, right? For all we know, there could be some sort of clue on there, like a note detailing exactly where she is. We didn't break into her house. The door was left wide open. That's a good point. I honestly didn't even think about this, how this might not be a good idea. You're no fun. I honestly didn't even think about how this might not be a good idea. Good call. That makes sense, judging by some of the decisions you've made so far. You're lucky you have me around to keep you on the straight and narrow. She's noticed our street smartness. Yeah, you're probably right. Good call. I don't think there's any clues here. I don't think so either. This is what her room's been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. It could use a few more houseplants. I'll put together some trimmings after we found her. Aw, she still does those corkboard with string things. She loves putting the strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyway. And oh, the great big Gretchen poster. I almost did not want to come in here just because I didn't want to see that picture. She's staring right at me, making me feel guilty. Stella's kitchen is slightly messy. A couple cabinets are hanging open, and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. Looks normal to me. I don't know, it's a little messy. I think Willow's a little messy too. So she and Kanika will get along quite well. If this is a little messy, I don't want to know what you call my room. I wasn't judging, there's nothing wrong with a little mess. Or a lot of mess. We're getting off track. Stella's house has always felt a little sterile to me. This feels a little too lived in, if that makes sense. Though maybe that's just because I've only ever been over when she was already expecting me. Maybe this is just a real rare peek behind the curtain at the real Stella. The real Stella should call her friends and let them know she's okay. You turn to leave Stella's house. Okay, so maybe she came home last night. Maybe she didn't, but she's definitely missing. I thought I was overreacting this morning. I hope she would just be sleeping in. I can't believe she's actually missing. We'll find her. Where to next? Let's check out the diner next. Good idea. Folks tend to congregate there. Maybe we'll run into someone who's seen Stella, and Avery already mentioned that it was busy. Here's hoping Winnie doesn't try to rope me into clocking in early. The diner is busier than you've ever seen it, the small booths packed with miners. What's going on? There's a strike about the mines. They've made the diner their base of operations. Huh, good for them. It's about time something like this happened. When you asked for the morning off, I didn't think you'd be showing up with friends. Sorry, Aunt Winnie. Stella's gone missing, and I've been helping these two track her down. You haven't seen her, have you? Don't you apologize, and I can't say I have. I've been a little preoccupied. This is great for business. These fellas can have as much free coffee as they can drink if they keep piling in like this. You need any help? No, Sal and I can handle this. One of your friends gone missing is more important than a busy shift. The miners didn't even notice you entered the diner, and instead of speaking in hushed voices, argue with each other loudly enough for you to easily overhear. I guess the shift schedules are pretty brutal, and I'd like more vacation days. I'd love to be able to see my family around the holidays, and better health benefits would be amazing, but what if she decides to fire all of us? You're only a year or so into the work, and trust me, the longer it goes on, the more it sucks the life out of you. At first, you're just unhappy, but you figure you can weather it till you find something better. A paycheck's a paycheck. Next thing you know, you've lost years of your life to a company that doesn't give a solitary shit about you. That uses up every free second it can suck out of its workers and pays us just enough to survive, but not so much that we can ever save enough to get the hell out. But we could get fired for this. I really need the paycheck. I can't get fired. And the company housing, that makes a big difference for me. Right, the company housing. How generous of Tabitha to put you up in a company-owned shack that ain't had maintenance done in decades, taking up a big chunk right out of your paycheck that sure as shit ain't going towards property tax and upkeep alone. The company housing, that means almost nobody in this whole damn town owns the place they live. The company housing, that probably, definitely has a few houses spare that Tabitha could have moved Oscar and Rosalina into, but no. They moved into the old Maxwell house instead. Just saying. We have numbers on our side, Harrison. After what happened up there the other night, damn near everyone is joining the picket line. She can't afford to lose us all. We have the power here so long as we're united. Hey, have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. The miners turned towards the doorway, all eyes glaring at you in unison. The YouTuber? No, we ain't seen her. As you can see, we've got a lot going on today. We would appreciate it if you didn't butt in. Harrison's voice drops to a barely audible mumble. I hope she's okay. All these people glaring at Willow does not make her feel good, so she's gonna get going. I guess we should get going. You turn and leave the diner, Avery and Kanika trailing close behind you. Still no sign of Stella. Maybe she went to the mines. We want to go to all these places. We should go to the mines. I guess there's a decent chance Stella went to find your cousin, since they're friends. You don't see it? Oh, come on. The two of them is such a dynamic, you know? Classic dog and cat situation. Come on, I'll drive us. You follow Kanika to her van. It isn't long before you find yourselves outside the Scarlet Mines. A wall of bodies, picket signs, and megaphones in hand forms a human barricade around the entrance to the Scarlet Mines. I love the signs. Scarlet, more like toilet. I am unhappy with the treatment I am receiving as a worker in the Scarlet Mine. Very concise sign. I hope it's not weird to talk to them while they're in the middle of this. Don't worry, I know these guys. Most of them are in the diner at least a couple days a week. They'll be chill. Will they be chill talking to Tabitha's cousin, though? Well, if it isn't the boss's cousin. You might have had us fooled the other day, but word gets around fast. These guys seem a little nicer. How goes the strike? Wouldn't you like to know? You can see for yourself, it's going strong. A major collapse happened on the property not 2 days ago, and the boss wants us to go on about our work as usual. I'm not going back down there knowing death or serious bodily harm could come at any second. I care more about living than I do about any paycheck. There's a lot that could stand a change around here, and seems like damn near everybody else thinks so too. Good. Tabitha had this coming. Damn straight she did. We're hoping it gets resolved quickly. It's not just us laying the pressure on either. If there's pressure from almost her entire staff, that poor girl's dad, and her own family, the strike might be over real soon. I don't think she's gonna get a lot of pressure from Oscar. Y'all sure we should be spilling all this strategy to the boss's cousin? It doesn't matter. Even if we said it to Miss Scarlet's face, it's too late to stop what's already in motion. Have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. The YouTuber? She's the one on all the banned from property posters, right? We haven't seen her. And we've been out her all day, so we'd know if she'd come by. Oh no, this isn't looking good. It's okay, just because she hasn't been seen today doesn't mean something bad happened to her. We'll make sure to keep an eye out. Can't say it will be much help, though. We'll just be standing around here for the foreseeable future. I think, even though, as much as Willow dislikes Tabitha, she still thinks that finding Stella is enough of a priority that she might want to go and talk to her. I need to talk to Tabitha. Because she knows that Stella... She doesn't have a lot of the details on Stella and Tabitha's situation, but she knows that Stella has a pretty good opinion of Tabitha. And knows that they were close at some point, enough for Stella to know how smart and funny and cool she is, apparently. So, I think it's crossed her mind that Stella might have gone to see Tabitha. I need to talk to Tabitha. So you're saying you want to cross a picket line. Come on, what harm could I possibly cause by going in there? I have my cousin's phone number, I'm staying at her house, and last I checked, she knows you're all striking. Alright, fine. Besides, there's not a lot you can do to derail things at this point anyways. Go ahead. I don't care if they're okay with you going in, I'm still not crossing a picket line. I don't understand the phrase crossing a picket line. How literal is it supposed to be? Like, yes, there is a physical line you cannot cross, but people also say it's crossing a picket line to say buy products from a company that's being boycotted. So it's metaphorical in that sense. And usually when you're talking about it in a literal sense, it means going in to be a scab, to work at the job that's being struck or stricken. And we're physically crossing the picket line, but we're not going in there to work. So, I don't know. I don't understand the applications of the phrase crossing a picket line. Besides, I don't think Tabitha would be too happy to see me. I'll just wait by the van while you go talk to her. Same. Everyone who works here is a regular at the diner. I don't want to make things weird. See you on the other side. It's quiet today. Empty beyond the ruckus at the front gate. The trailer that serves as Tabitha's office looms above you on the hill. We're just gonna enter. You walk up to Tabitha's trailer and open the door. I think I can turn at least a few of the guys, and if you fire Davis... Yeah, that's why I didn't want to knock. Oh my god, have you heard of knocking? What are you even doing up here? Should I go? Yeah, and make sure no one sees you. No one else, at least. Rodriguez the rat, I see. I'm gonna say that. Hey, I got kids to take care of. I can't miss a paycheck. And this is a right-to-work state. There's nothing wrong with me trying to keep food on the table. Don't say another word. Just leave. I'll handle this. The door clicks closed as Rodriguez leaves Tabitha's office. I love how the scary music plays when she comes and grabs you. The instant you're alone, Tabitha rounds on you. She grabs you by the collar, her face close to yours, eyes full of rage, her words a frustrated hiss. Listen to me, Willow. Really listen. This isn't some fun little game, okay? This is my life, and if you value yours, you'll keep quiet about what you just saw. I don't care if we're family. I can make the rest of your stay here a living hell if you cross me. Her grip loosens. So we found out about Rodriguez. I actually don't think we're gonna tell on him, though, because Tabitha really scared us just now. Sorry to get scary for a second. I've just been pushed to the brink this week. I can't have anything else go wrong. Start crying. Start crying. Tears well up in your eyes, your lower lip trembling. Oh geez, are you crying? Really, look, I said I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean to fly off the handle, I just feel like you've been pushing my buttons on purpose, and I hit my limit. I've been pushing Tabitha's buttons on purpose. I don't know if Willow necessarily has. I think Willow's just doing Willow, you know? If we were pushing Tabitha's buttons on purpose, we would have put the rat in her mac and cheese. I wasn't really crying, just wanted to see how you'd react. Ugh. Why are you always so mean to me? What did I ever do to you? I think at this point, Willow kind of knows what she's done to Tabitha. I mean, this seems like such a... We have been really shitty to Tabitha in this playthrough, you know? Haven't listened to a word she said, chosen a lot of rude dialogue options towards her. I feel like maybe, though, Willow literally feels backed into a corner right now. So all she knows how to do is apologize, even if it's not the most sincere. Sorry, I know I haven't been the best cousin to you. I know I haven't been perfect either. I'm just stressed. There's so much going wrong right now. I'm under a lot of pressure. What did you come up here to talk about anyway? Stella's missing. Have you seen her? She's missing? Tabitha's quiet for a moment. I'm sure she'll turn up, but I'll see if I can get a hold of her. Don't think looking for my missing acquaintance gives you a pass to do anything dangerous. You're forbidden from doing risky things, even for what you might think is a good reason. Look, I know I don't have the best track record here, but believe me, the last thing I want right now is more trouble. I don't think I'm able to judge what's risky or not. Last night was supposed to be a cakewalk. That is true. But I think Willow knows what she's getting into. Look, I know I don't have the best track record here, but believe me, the last thing I want right now is more trouble, she says, lying. Tabitha studies you for a moment before responding. I'm going to choose to believe you. Not that it'll do much good. You're like a magnet for danger. That's literally it. Even if we try to avoid danger, it's gonna find us. That's all. Bye. Stay safe. So we had a very bad reaction with a very bad interaction with Tabitha that turned okay by the end. I think we're going to squander whatever goodwill that gained us eventually, but at this point, do we want to reveal that Rodriguez is a rat? It'll get us in good with Tabitha. Not Tabitha, Kanika, I think. Unless she believes that, like, snitches get stitches or something, I don't know. But I feel like Kanika would like that. And the miners would like that, and Willow is in support of the strike, absolutely. But I think that interaction caught Willow off guard a little bit. I think she's going to keep it to herself. You find Kanika and Avery waiting for you outside. What Kanika doesn't know won't hurt her, right? You don't look like you found any new leads. You look back at the striking miners. Keep it to yourself. You don't need to go around spilling Tabitha's secrets. It feels like we've done our due diligence here. Come on. I'll drive us back to town and we can figure out our next move from there. Alright, where to next? Let's check in on Oscar and Rosalina. They should be at the old Maxwell place. Tabitha dropped off the keys this morning. The old Maxwell place? With Rosalina's leg the way it is and everything they've been through, now they have to stay in a broken down ruin that should have been bulldozed years ago? Yeah, we know from the other playthrough we did on this channel where we were really good friends with Tabitha that she has a company house that nobody is using. At least one empty house that nobody is using, and she put the girl with one leg in a house with no floors. I mean, it has floors, but not good floors. I guess it's good they have a roof over their heads, or what's left of a roof. Your cousin is gonna get an earful next time I see her. Kanika storms off down the road, and you and Avery follow close behind. You don't get far before the sound of growling and desperate hisses grab your attention. Get away from me! I'm supposed to be an indoor cat. I'm not supposed to see things like you. You don't even talk, you freak! You turn to see a ditchling approach a cornered pixel in an alley. He must have slipped out of the library with everyone else last night. The ditchling, distracted from its hunt by your arrival, cranes its neck to face you, its eyes settling on you with alien indifference. Hey, quit it! The words feel meek as they leave your mouth, and the ditchling, unaffected, turns back to its cornered prey. Is there a pipe or something lying around? Maybe we can scare it off. There's no time. I'm grabbing Pixel. Before you can react, a small pack of dogs round the corner. They pounce on the creature, pulling it from the wall, and then taking turns biting and tearing at it until it's ripped to shreds. Their task complete, they saunter towards you. The dog militia! Hi, dog militia! Willow is going to be a very big fan of the dog militia. And they're going to be so supportive in... I'll spoil it. They're probably going to be what helps us find Stella in the end. And that's really going to turn Willow's opinion on animals around completely. What the... Isn't that Daisy? And Scraps. And what looks like every other dog in town, all in some kind of dog gang. I lived! Pixel, you got out of the library. Oh, you poor cat, come here. Hi, Pixel. You're so skinny. Pixel cautiously walks towards your group before clambering into your arms. He has a comfortable heft to him. I guess he likes you more than me, because I can talk to him. We found him last night, terrified and shaking in a bush outside the library. Psst, I wasn't that scared. I've even been helping out. Little Pixel here's been volunteering as a scout. Don't worry, we were always right around the corner. Those creatures only like to strike out when they have numbers, and but they're hardly very bright. We made sure the little guy was taken care of till the humans were awake. Do y'all know where he's supposed to be? I haven't actually heard much about Scraps because Gretchen is not with us, so she couldn't yell about Scraps at the mayor. We'll make sure he gets back to his family. We appreciate it, human. Word's been going around town that there was one of you who could properly understand us. It'll be good to have you on our side during these strange times. Odd things are going on around here. It's important for all us living things to watch out for each other. So are y'all some kind of dog militia or something? Yeah, I suppose you can say that. I'm sure you've met the town's illustrious leader by now. When the powers that be abandon you, it's up to the rest of us to band together and protect those who need protected. I wonder what happened to Jimmy. He's probably safe at home. He's Deputy Franklin's dog, so he's probably safe at home. He doesn't live in the town hall. Have any of you seen or smelled Stella, Gretchen's human friend? Oh dear, poor Gretchen. We heard about what happened to her. To think those awful creatures could get to a dog whose human cared about her so much. It just goes to show that we've got to look out for ourselves if we're going to survive. If the humans can't save us, we'll have to save ourselves. To answer your question, we did catch a whiff near the library and one near her house. Haven't picked up anything around town since then. Let's hope those creatures haven't already gotten to her. Can you help us find her? You've got better noses or let me know if you catch any more sniffs of her, okay? Will do. We'll keep our noses to the ground for you. We'd volunteer to send a sniff squad into the woods, but we've lost enough good pets already. None of us should go out there, even in a pack. We wish you luck and hope your human friend is all right out there. What about Gretchen, Scraps? If her person's in trouble, helping out is the least we can do to honor her memory. Fair enough. We'll see what we can do. We'll keep our noses to the ground and let you know if we find anything. We'd best be on our way. Same for us. For the first time that we know of, those things are out during the day, which means the pets of Scarlet Hollow need us now more than ever. Make sure the humans keep an extra careful watch on their furry companions. I love the dog militia. They're one of my favorite parts of this game. The band of dogs scampers off. I'm sorry, did you just have a full-on conversation with that gang of dogs? After last night, I'm willing to believe pretty much anything. At least Willow talking to animals is a bit of magic on our side. Pixel in tow, you and your companions continue on to the old Maxwell place. The old Maxwell place. It was clearly once a mid-century modern home, and undoubtedly quite stylish for the time. But it's been abandoned for unknown decades, and moss and vines choke its exterior, barely concealing cracked walls and dust-clouded glass. Hey, where the heck are you taking me? This ain't my house! Before you can approach, the door opens and Oscar's head pokes out from the entryway. Hello? Oh, sorry if I started, y'all. The walls here are worn down enough that I could hear you coming from a block away. My Oscar voice is not so different from my Scraps voice, I'm realizing. Good morning, Oscar. Just thought we'd stop by to check in. Thank goodness you found Pixel. Rosalina's been beside herself. So how much will Rosalina hate us, I wonder? Oscar's voice is tired. He's had a long night, and it shows, his graying face seemingly having aged in the hours since you last saw him. Please come on in. Okay, so Dr. Kelly is here in the Maxwell house. Because she's at the library if Rosalina loses her leg, but keeps the house. You're doing really great, Rosalina. Not a lot of kids your age can take shots that well. You're being so brave. This is the first time I've seen this combination of outcomes. And Alexis is here with us too. Yeah, I guess Alexis is always going to be here if Rosalina lost her leg, isn't she? Never mind, I don't know what I was saying there. You don't have to talk to me like I'm 5. But you are brave. You really are, Rosalina. You're like, so badass. Alexis is right. This is more than most people have to deal with in their whole lives. And here you are taking it like a champ. Before Dr. Kelly can continue, Pixel jumps from your arms, bounding across the room and leaping onto Rosalina's chest. Oh, Pixel, I've been so worried about you. Oh, that's so sweet. He goes right to her. Oh, that makes me so happy. I told you he'd turn up. Dr. Kelly's almost gentle bedside manner vanishes as she turns and glares at you. So it turns out, Kaneko is right. She is really, really good with kids. But as soon as an adult enters the room, she's like, once again, the worst person ever. I see we have visitors. How are you doing, Rosalina? Tired. My leg hurts a lot. But the medicine is helping. It's not so bad now. Yay, she doesn't seem to hate us. And what are you not going to do today? Walk around? Sorry, Dr. Kelly. I should have been better at stopping her. I take full responsibility. As her father, I should have... No need for anyone to step in to take the blame for anything. It's the hospital's fault for sending her home at all. It's gross negligence, if you ask me. But give it time, then you can do all the running around you want, all right, Rosalina? You just have to make sure you give that leg of yours a chance to heal up a bit first. You don't want to pop any stitches. We could always try going on a... sorry about the library. There's no need to apologize. It's a building. You're a person. You matter more than a pile of stones. I do kind of wish we could go back for our stuff. Thanks for letting me borrow some of your clothes, Alexis. You can borrow as much as you need. I have plenty of shirts, and you can do laundry at our house, too. Of course, there are some family heirlooms that I'd rather not lose. Portraits of my parents, my father's mining jacket. I don't like the thought of their last living memories being forgotten in there. And the fact that it stole the library from me, too. That one really stings. But what are you going to do? We could always try going on a rescue mission for some of your stuff. No, absolutely not. No one is going back in there until we have a thoroughly researched plan of action. This goes especially for you, Willow. Who knows if you'll be able to leave again? You've done enough for my family. How about no one is going back in there, period? We're going to need to deal with it eventually. Boarding up the library isn't a permanent solution. Are you sure about that? Because I don't see any reason we shouldn't just leave the thing alone forever. We're not going to ask her about Reese, because as much as we are concerned about Reese, we're not friendly enough with this woman to ask. What's going to happen to your career now that the library is closed? That's a good question. I was up all night wondering the same thing. If things stay the way they are right now, it's essentially like the library burned down. The books are inaccessible, the building is unsalvageable. In that scenario, the county would have to put up the money to build a new archive, or we'd have to move someplace where I can work in an existing library, and Scarlet Hollow would lose a valuable public service. Oscar. Move? So you and Rosalina would leave? But we're not doing that, right, Dad? We're staying here? Is there any way you can just, start over and rebuild the collection? I'm sure folks around town would be willing to pitch in. It would be a lot of work, but that's a possibility. Still, maybe it won't even have to come to that. So, Dr. Kelly, are you going to start poisoning her now too? We're not going to say that. It's so cool of my cousin to let you stay in this rad place for free. I would like to apologize on behalf of my cousin for making you stay here. You don't have to fall on that sword for her, Willow. There's no need for anyone to apologize. Things happen, and it's not like we'll be staying here long term. I'm going to get the library back and our house with it. It's all bravado at this point. Not even Oscar believes what he just said. I'd best be on my way. Goodbye, Rosalina. Make sure you stay put and keep Pixel company, okay? I will. Bye, Dr. Kelly. So yeah, with Rosalina not in the hospital, there is only one person in this town who can provide her with the medical attention she needs. And that is Dr. Kelly. And, well, I'm sure you can guess what's going to happen to Dr. Kelly. Thanks again for doing this. I can't express how much. It's nothing. I'll call later today to see how she's doing. Good luck to the both of you. Dr. Kelly brusquely brushes past you and leaves. Oscar, before we get sidetracked, we're not just here to talk about monsters and what happened in the library. Oh? Stella's been missing since last night. Oh. You haven't seen her, right? Not since last night. I'm sure she'll be okay, but you should probably get back to looking for her soon. Before you go, though, there is something I wanted to get your thoughts on. Let's step outside. Oscar ushers you to the street. What's up? Is everything okay? Yes, or at least as okay as it can be, considering everything that's happened. But I don't exactly feel safe. Strange things are going on in Scarlet Hollow, and I'm tired of running from them. I want to get our house back. You've all been looking into the town's history, correct? I overheard your discussion in the library the other day. Have you been able to find anything that might explain what's going on? I don't think we have too much to go on. I can't help but feel like there might have been some kind of inciting event, since everything started getting really weird, seemingly overnight, but I have no idea where to start, really. Avery stares at you. I mean, it's obvious, right? Things only started happening once Willow got here. Kanika shoots Avery a glare. No, we are not throwing Willow under the bus. What? There's nothing wrong with being a magical catalyst. Sure, there's probably nothing wrong with someone being a magical catalyst, but there's definitely something wrong with saying someone's a magical catalyst. If people get the wrong idea, we're only a couple of steps away from the whole town deciding to shaw her. Nobody's going to drag Willow into a witch hunt on my watch. I'd like to think we've outgrown the days of running people out of town on rails. I'd rather play it safe. Don't worry, it's not like I'm gonna run around town telling everyone that Willow magicked a bunch of terrible disasters into existence. But if there's a catalyst for all this, why wouldn't it be a lost Scarlet finally coming home to Scarlet Hollow? If I may, Willow getting into town isn't the only major event that's happened lately. Pearl Ann died over a week ago, and those creatures in the woods were already reproducing by the time she arrived. Not to mention, I started seeing things in our house before Pearl Ann passed. I think. I never thought to make a note of exactly when the spirit made itself known. Whatever the cause of this is, there must be some way to put this genie back in the bottle. I feel like a lot of that dialogue is new. The stuff about, Pearl Ann dying, and I've been seeing the specter since before then. I remember in my last playthrough, we had to talk about Reese and his mysterious disease, and it was only then that Oscar was like, well, if he's been sick for a decade, then that means things have been going on since before Willow came to town. So that was the thing that triggered that thought before, but now it makes sense. Now he's like, I've been seeing the ghost for longer than that, so that maybe once again I am just imagining it and these are not revisions, this is just the way it's always been, but I don't know. I'm going to do my best to find out if there have been any similar events or whether there's anything special about Scarlet Hollow that might explain what's going on. The town archives are, unfortunately, in the library. Rosalina had been pestering me to make some sort of digital backup for months, but I never got around to it, so online sources it is. We'll fill you in on what little we know, so we at least have some place to start. We've been finding these weird stone seals. There was one in the mines and another in your basement. There might be more. These are those carvings you mentioned last night, right? To think there was something like that under my house all this time, and to think someone must have put it there, but who? This gives me quite a few threads to follow. Thank you, Willow. Willow, didn't you say you felt something similar to the mine seal outside the clinic yesterday? I hope that doesn't mean something weird is about to happen there, too. Uh-oh. Losing the library is already a blow, but losing the only doctor's office in town seems like it would be bad. Here's hoping we sort things out before that becomes an issue. Make sure Pixel stays inside, or he might get grabbed by ditchlings. The ditchlings are those things from the woods, right? With those faces? Yeah, the Anguished Doughboys. I kinda like them. It's like a hidden object game out there today with all the weird little faces peering out of the bushes. You're so weird, Avery. Like them? Are we talking about the same creatures that have been laying eggs in the local wildlife? I don't want to get friendly with them or anything, I just think they're kinda interesting. To each their own. I think some dogs kept him safe, like a gang of dogs. I know it sounds ridiculous, but we saw it with our own eyes. A gang of dogs. I suppose stranger things have happened. This very week, in fact, but we'll make sure he stays safe. Alright, we're not gonna mention our suspicion of Sybil in front of Kanika. Sounds like you've got something to work on now. We should get back to looking for Stella. I do. Thanks for the lead, Willow. We definitely highly suspect Sybil. We don't like Dr. Kelly, but we're not going to bring either of those things up to Oscar. It doesn't seem relevant. See you around, Oscar. Let us know what you find. I will. We're going to get the library back, and we're going to figure out how to fix whatever's wrong with this town. So that's Oscar. Any other ideas? Well, I think we're going to check out the church next. Like I said, we want to be thorough. And I don't want to miss the opportunity to talk with Pastor Daniel about our shared peculiarity. But we're going to do that next time. Until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more Scarlet Hollow.